Good morning, Cyclones. I'm Matt Mosley.
And I'm Donovan Kennedy.
We begin with yet another update on the missing Malaysian flight MH370. Earlier last week, we left you with the news of an Australian team spotting orange objects in the Indian Ocean. Now what we thought was to be debris from the flight turned out to be nothing more than fishing equipment. Malaysian officials have retracted their previous statement. They now believe there could be survivors, according to Malaysia's acting transportation minister. We will continue to update you on any new information leading to what happened to the flight. That is just so unfortunate that they don't know what happened.
You mean they don't know the difference between fishing equipment and a big plane?
Yeah, that might be a problem.
What happened? Aliens took it? It's springtime, and you know what that means. It's time for Sacred Heart Griffin's Spring Musical. This year, the drama department is putting together Bye Bye Birdie. The play, which stars Andrew Kinsel Jones as Conrad Birdie, is about a singer during the late 1950s about to join the U.S. Army. His agent, Albert Peterson, is played by Riley McManus, whose secretary and girlfriend, Rose Alvarez, is played by Julie Conrad. As a publicity stunt, Conrad Birdie will bid a teenage girl goodbye with one last kiss. When he visits the small town of Sweet Apple, Ohio, all of the town's teenagers go crazy over the celebrity, whereas the adults are left confused and bewildered by their kids' fascination with Conrad Birdie. During all of this, Albert's mother, played by Caroline McKenna, continually criticizes Rosie as a Latin American heartbreaker. Rosie has had enough of this and goes out to do just that to spite May Peterson. In the end, however, things are set back to normal in satire of everyday life. The show's opening night is on Thursday, April 3rd at 7:30, with more shows on the 4th at 7:30, 2 shows on the 5th at 2 and 7:30, and on Sunday, the final day of the show, a children's event at noon, with the final show at 2. All of this takes place at SHG's East Campus in the auditorium. Tickets cost $10 for adults and $8 for students and seniors.
The deadline for the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, came and passed this week on Monday. Healthcare.gov, the website for the National Marketplace for Coverage, had issues this past week, as the site crashed due to a high volume of users trying to sign up to beat the deadline. Healthcare.gov is usually down for maintenance during the night, but maintenance lasted an extra 4 hours, leading to extensive waiting times. The long wait was upsetting to the over 100,000 people that were in the system at noon on Monday. The deadline to sign up has also been extended, but only for those who have already begun to sign up. This has been defined as someone who has tried to get on the website and has a username and password. These people have been given an additional 2 weeks to complete the sign-up process. For anyone who didn't sign up or begin the process, the next open enrollment is November 15th, 2014, and takes effect January 1st, 2015. However, the penalty for not having healthcare insurance in 2014 is a charge that the Internal Revenue Service has called individual shared responsibility payment. This charge is the equivalent of 1% of your income over the filing threshold, or $95 for every adult and $47.50 for every minor, up to $285 per family, whichever amount is higher. Despite the many technical issues, both at the launch of the website in October and at the March 31st deadline, the White House said Tuesday that 7.1 million Americans have signed up for the coverage, meeting the White House's goal of 7 million on the last day before the deadline. Now, on to sports with Steven Sartori.
Welcome back, Cyclone fans. Today in sports, we will be heading to the soccer field and the baseball field. But first, like I said, we'll be heading to the soccer field. We find Ashley Kierlock giving a nice pass to Kaylin Tate, who puts a really good foot on the ball, but the goalie will make a nice play. Then later on, there's a nice aggressive play by Kaylin Tate again, who will try to make the chip shot, and then Kierlock can't get a full foot on it, so that shot will go just wide. That's all right. It was still good. We'll find that the Lady Cyclones will take the 2-1 victory thanks to some nice defense as shown right here. And we'll move on to the baseball field, where we find Kevin Zanger and Cole Daly taking up the shortstop and second base positions, where Cole Daly will receive a bullet from Mitch Trees, and just Cole Daly will make the nice tag, get him out. Then here we have Connor White with the nice single. He will drive in a run and gives a nice little shoulder shiver to his first baseman. Corey Mason right now, he will just put a stroke on that ball, driving it to deep center. At the time, Corey was nursing kind of a hurt ankle, so he'll have to settle for a stand-up double. He also got an RBI on that hit. Later on in the game, Louisville commit Mitch Trees gets a shooting line drive over to the right side of the field. He will get a double on the play. And I believe he drove in an RBI. Yes, there's Connor White, handsome as ever. Gets a nice little RBI right there for Mitch. And then later on, who do we have here? Looks like Steve Sartori will have a very nice hard ground ball through the gap with a good hustle down to first. He will stay safely at first. It's a good-looking guy right there, number 2-1. And then Sean Mason will be the man of the team and just take one right off the shoulder as if a fly just hit him. He'll just take his nice little trot down to first. That's his base. Thank you very much. The Cyclones go on to win 10-0 over Bishop McNamara, and they hope to have a good future in this season. Back to you in station.
And now we go on to Tech Review.
Today on Tech Review, we are reviewing the iNotebook. The iNotebook sold by Target sells currently for $180. The price, however, of the iNotebook might scare off buyers as the price is over half the price of the iPad mini. It connects to your iPad using Bluetooth to send the notes you write to a free app that you can install. In case you're not near your iPad, the sensor can store over 100 pages in its memory. The stylus itself has two functions built in, a stylus and the pen used to write. The stylus built in the cap can be used to write on the iPad itself. The refill of ink for the pen costs $8 for a pack of 10, and a notebook refill costs $5. However, a similar sized notebook can be used instead. The pen can write for 10 hours when in use, and then it has to be recharged. The sensor lasts 6 hours when charged and connected via Bluetooth. When in standby, both devices last for 60 days. Overall, it might be worth it for some people and might not. Personally, I would use it. Thank you for joining us on Tech Review, and stay tuned.
That was pretty interesting.
I think Apple's trying too hard.
I think it'd be good for taking notes in class or something like that.
Now to Today in History with Mr. Lavin and Emma Hardy.
Now just remember, students, always do your reading.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Today in History with Mr. Lavin. What events happened today in history, Mr. Lavin?
Well, it's that time of year again, and today's event in history is very appropriate for the spring. It's about a race. It wasn't a 100-yard dash or 200-yard dash or some sort of Olympic run. It was reportedly only about a 90-foot run, and it ended in a tie. But there was something very unusual and strange about this race, and if you tune in next week, you'll find the answer.
That's all for Today in History. Back to you.
That foot race was pretty good.
Didn't really understand it.
On behalf of all of us here at the Cyclone Broadcasting Network, thanks for watching. Here are your birthdays of the week.